Check out this group of turkeys just hanging out. Well, people say that I just don't show enough wildlife in my videos. Oh, there we go. So there's a couple of pretty little turkeys for you. We really do have large flocks of these guys hanging around. They're just everywhere. Right there they are. Ha! Yeah. I'll let them get on to keeping the grubs off the grass. Good morning. Welcome back to another fun rock hounding adventure. If you're returning, welcome back. I really appreciate that you're coming back to watch another video. And if you're new, well, you never see my face really, and that's kind of intentional. The idea is to show you that no matter who you are, where you're from, or what your previous experience in nature is, this is something that you can do. This is something approachable that you can do. Anybody can come down and walk on a gravel bar and pick up some pretty rocks. So we're going to take a walk and look around, see what we can find while the water's coming down still. Maybe we'll find some pretty agates. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and maybe share a video or two. I could really use the sharing of the videos. That people don't do that enough, and I'd appreciate it if you did. It would be awesome. It would really help. We're at 822 subscribers as of this morning, which is awesome. I really appreciate that. Look at that. I think it's just a quartz, but yeah. But it's pretty. So yeah, we were at 822 subscribers as of this morning. That's pretty cool. I'm digging that. It's really exciting for me. I appreciate that. I really do. It doesn't always translate on camera when you don't see my face. Trust me, I smile. I really do appreciate it. Well, I got a smaller gravel bar today because the river's still up a little bit. I'm going to walk around a little bit and see if I can't find something fun to show you guys. I try to all the time, but sometimes it's hard. It's a luck of the draw with what you find. It's never guaranteed, and I don't seed agates, so yeah, I kind of have to find them when they come. I am going to show you guys that other agate that I started working on. It's looking pretty cool. There's an awful lot of banding in it, and the more that I work on it, the more detailed it gets. So far, there's a really super cool brown carnelian and yellow carnelian kind of set of bands on one side, and on the other it goes blue and purple. It's really cool. So I'll show that to you a little later in this video. For now, we got a little sugar agate here. That's kind of cool. Pick that up. There's another little jasper. Nope, that's quartz. There's a lot of red jasper here, and you may see me walk by a bunch of it. It's because I've got a few buckets of it, and I have to start giving it away. There's a cute little heart shape. Those are fun. Alright, well, I'm going to pause this to save some battery, and I'll get back to you if I find anything cool. There's another group of turkeys out there. I heard them heckling me. I figured I'd share that before we pop down to a really cool thing. Or two. There we go. Doesn't look like much, does it? Let's get it wet. There we go. Now you can see why I like sugar agates. It's just a good quality to them. When you cut these, you can slice these and do carving with them. You know, kind of like intaglio carving, or, you know, just carve them into runestones or something like that, or little chess pieces. These things are really fun to play with and carve. It's hard to mess up. Really is. They're a nice hard stone. They're generally forgiving, and you can usually grind most imperfections out of them. But, you know, it's just a cute little stone. But the colors and the complexity of patterns that they take on as they polish are really what make them worthwhile. Now we're coming down to the edge of a gravel bar here. If you see that okay? So as you get down to the edge of the gravel bars, usually this is where the agates will trail off to if they're like really well polished and rounded. You can find them just kind of rolling to a stop at the edge of a gravel bar. And this is common of like the little high points that you do find on gravel bars, like where trees have been, the water's rushed against trees. You'll be able to get a handle on that as you rockhound more. But basically, you're going to start in the sand end and work your way up. Now, if you're lucky, like me, you have some morning light to work with, and you can just watch them pop out and glow. Now, like I said, we don't seed, so you just kind of walk along the tail edge. Ooh, look at that. Ain't she pretty? Just find them as they come. That's a pretty little stone. It's got some nice glow to it. It's really gemmy. That's nice. Here we go. First agate of the day. Hey, you guys are good luck. Now we're just going to walk on and see what else we can find. But typically you're going to see sand and gravel mixed at the end of a gravel bar. And you're going to just kind of walk toward the upriver side, I guess is the best way to put that, the upstream side. And if you're lucky and you have some morning light, you're going to find a few reasonable things. But the trick, really, if there is a trick to it, is just to have, good sharp eyes. You're looking for anything that looks like, sort of dried gelatin texture. That really is probably the most apt description of what you're looking for good quality stuff. It's gonna look like dried gelatin, like really, it'll have a really gelatinous kind of quality. At least the agates will. They'll look like dried gelatin crystals. It's kind of cool. On the jaspers, you're looking for a conchoidal fracture, a stone that's relatively intact, doesn't have any through cracks that aren't filled with chalcedony. This one would be a keeper because it isn't all cracked up. Now let's find a jasper that's really, really cracked. Here we go. This has some imperfections in it, but you can see there's a lot of really deep cracks. See that deep crack there? That's a fusion line, a little where quartz or chalcedony filled in. But you can see there's some pretty deep cracks in it. This wouldn't be a candidate to pick up because there's a lot of deep cracks in it, and you just have to work through them. It's a lot of work. So you leave those. Well, we shall keep looking around. I've got a lot of gravel bar to cover here, so... Well, a lot for what the water is, but... I might... Ooh! There we go. You see it? There's a nice one. Oh, yeah. And I see another one just kind of... I think it'll need to be sprayed off. But we'll show you this one first, because that's freaking gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? Wow. Alrighty. Trying to set my bottle down without it tipping. Ooh. Look at that banding. That's nice. And it goes all the way around. Check that out. That's really cool. That's nice. Oh yeah. I'm digging that. Happy days. Alright. There it is. Now I think this may be a bit of a plume agate or something. I'm just going to pull it out and take a look. Alright, got that relatively washed off. Yeah, it's just a little bit of great chalcedony. Nothing worth keeping, but it had the right kind of texture to it. That little dried gelatin looking appearance. People make fun of me when I say that it looks like dried gelatin agates, but 30 years in the food business, well, I go with what is relatable to me, the sort of descriptors that I can speak from, and I describe textures. I think that that's the best way for people to understand something. I could give you a technical description, but if you don't have any foundation in that field, all of the technical descriptors I give you are nothing more than meaningless words. If I tell you that something looks like dried gelatin, you can find that. If I tell you that something has a the qualities of dehydrated silica gel, you're not going to know what the hell I'm talking about. And it would be ludicrous for me to pretend that I would be doing that. That would be really bad. It would be false. It would be disingenuous on my part. And it wouldn't be helpful to you, the budding rockhound. Why would anybody do that? That's pretentiousness to make somebody feel like they're better than you. And that's just wrong. Here's a nice little sugar agate. Oh no, it's a jasper. It's pretty cool. Well, let's keep looking around. If I find something fun or find something else I want to preach about. It's a nice little jasper. Cute little piece of petrified wood. It's almost opalized. Actually, it might be. We'll bring that back. Alrighty, I'll get back to you if I find something cool. This is why I like rock hounding in the rain. They just pop right out. That's a nice one. Definitely a keeper. Okay, so we got back, and I filled a sink up with some water because I think it's easier to show these to you guys underwater. That's just my way of doing it. You can see that there's some really super delicate banding in this smaller one. That's going to be nice when it polishes up. And then here's that larger one that we showed, and I got all excited because it's got a band that goes all the way around it. Well, when we were looking at it, we noticed that there's a little druzy pocket right there in the end. Tiny little thing, not much to talk about, but it's there and it's kind of cool. You can just barely see the crystals inside there. And this guy, this is nice. It's you can just barely see that there's the banding of the agate, just barely coming out. That's going to be pretty. That'll clean up really nice, and it'll probably translate all the way throughout the stone. Those will probably radiate completely through. So that one will be nice. There's those nice little jasper that had the clear chalcedony in it. Little sun arc there. That's kind of pretty. But this is the one that I wanted to show you guys. So when we found it, you remember it sort of looked like that. Just sort of, that, but all cracked. So I started going over the stone with a diamond blade, and you can see that it's yellow, but this yellowing may disappear, and it may be a sign of iron staining, because as we get to the exterior of the stone, the tone starts going to a distinct purplish color. Now that makes sense when we get over to this side, where it's gone almost completely purple and blue. And that's best illustrated on this corner with these little scalloped arcs of robin's egg blue and pale lavender purples. That's pretty cool. But this one's coming along pretty well. You can see there's some very cool banding that's showing up in it. I'm going to keep on working on this stone, and we'll get it fully polished, and when I do, we're going to be giving this one away. So keep an eye out for that. We'll make sure that we announce it in a video. But until then, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because the only way you can win stones like these is for you to subscribe. And make sure you do that. Share the videos as well, because that really goes a long way toward me wanting to send anybody anything. But until then, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'm out.